It was Christmas winter holiday time on the island of Sulu. All the Fat Controller's engines were working hard, taking passengers and freights all over the island. There were people and parcels to be delivered all over the place. No matter what the weather, the engines have to work hard. One day at Narration Station, Edward had exciting news. "I just heard the driver said there's more snow on the way," he said.
"If there is, we'll be waiting our snowplows," said James.
"I bet you'll enjoy that, Thomas," Henry teased. "You know I don't," said Thomas. "I don't like wearing snowplows." And he puffed away. That evening, the wind blew and the snow fell in this very big blizzard. The next morning, the Fat Controller had very important news. "I want you all to get snowplows fitted," he said, and then he turned to Thomas. "And you have a very special train to collect. It's needed for the festival on Toby's branch line." "Do I have to wear a snowplow, sir?" asked Thomas. "I'm afraid so," said the Fat Controller. "But there is another one waiting at the fitters' yards. He'll be waiting for you. But be careful, it's very old and rusty." Later, the driver and fireman thought they should help the fitters fit on Thomas's snowplow. But every time they tried, the plow keeps slipping.
"Oh well, we had to keep trying till it fits,"
said the driver. "Stupid old rusty plow," grumbled Thomas. Later, he met Edward and collected the special. It was a beautiful Christmas tree to take to the village. "You must be careful," said Edward. "There's very deep snowdrifts. Make sure you get this special to Toby safely." "I will, Edward," said Thomas. "Wish me luck." "Good luck," whistled Edward as Thomas puffed away. Soon Thomas arrived at Mayfield and Toby was very pleased to see him. "You got the tree," said Toby, "and I'm glad you got the snowplow. I can't clear the snow just by myself." "Well, let's go," said Thomas. "We don't want to be late." Thomas was clearing the snowdrifts as fast as he could. Then there was trouble. Just as Thomas was clearing the next snowdrift, there was a huge rock buried as the plow hit it. "Bouncing buffers!" exclaimed Thomas. "That rock has broke the snowplow!" His driver tried to stop, but it was too late. Just as Thomas stopped, the broken plow smashed the water tower into pieces. "Cinders and ashes!" exclaimed Thomas. "We have to wait here," said Thomas's driver. "There's nobody to help us, so we can't go any further." "But I can't let the Fat Controller and the villagers down," said Thomas. "They need the tree. Let me try again. I have got to make it." "Okay," said the driver. "But be careful." It wasn't easy without a snowplow, but Thomas was determined to make it. Pushed and he pushed. Thomas was trying as hard as he could. Every time he pushes the snow, there's just one drift after another. At last, Thomas and Toby arrived at the village station. "Beep!" whistled Thomas. The villagers cheered when they saw the beautiful tree. "3 cheers for Thomas and Toby!" they cried. "Hooray! Hooray! Hooray!" The engine smiled. The next morning, the Fat Controller sent for Thomas. But Thomas was worried. What would he say about the broken snowplow? But the Fat Controller wasn't cross. Thomas noticed that he was smiling. "The villagers have had a wonderful evening and in their feast," he said. "You were very brave to take on that snow without that plow." "Thank you, sir," said Thomas. "As you know," continued the Fat Controller, "that there are no spare snowplows left, so you just have to have the entire day off until we get yours back from Fergus." "Oh, thank you, sir," Thomas whistled happily. The next morning it was very cold and the clouds covered the sun. Elizabeth the vintage lady pulled into the vintage yard with Thomas's snowplow. I really can't believe I have to wear that again, said Thomas. You have to, said Elizabeth. You can't be a really useful engine if you can't get through the snow. You know I'm really useful, said Thomas. I just don't like wearing my snowplow. Thomas puffed along the track. This snowplow's hurting my buffers, he said, and that Elizabeth is very rude. Later, Thomas found the fat controller talking to Elizabeth. The soda pudding factory needs your help. The Christmas puddings must get to Brendam Docks before the ship leaves for the mainland. I can help, said Thomas. I need you on your line, said the fat controller. Besides, Elizabeth is really reliable. She knows these roads well. I'm reliable as well, said Thomas. But not reliable enough, Elizabeth chuffed, and she rolled away. That made Thomas very cross. Without any trouble, Thomas had made it to every station right on time. Elizabeth was chuffing to the factory as fast as she could. Her wheel did not like the ice at all. It was very slippery. At Brendam Docks, Thomas was collecting towels to clear some soldiers when the fat controller was worried. The ship will miss the tide, said the dock manager, and the children will be able to have their puddings. Thomas, I want you and Terrace to look for her immediately. Yes, sir, said Thomas. It looks like Elizabeth is not really useful and reliable after all. At the pudding factory, Elizabeth finally collected the puddings. I mustn't be late. The fat controller is counting on me. I must hurry, she said. Then there was trouble. As Elizabeth rolled down the steep hill, she was heading for a big snowdrift. Her driver applied the brakes, but it was too late. Elizabeth was stuck. Thomas and Terence were looking for Elizabeth anywhere. They couldn't find her, until Thomas saw Elizabeth's driver waving a red flag at the crossing. What's the matter? He said. Elizabeth is stuck under the snow, he said. I need help to dig her out. Terence soon pulled Elizabeth out of the snow in no time. It's all right, Elizabeth, said Thomas, trying to cheer her up. It wasn't your fault, it was the slippery roads. Come on, I'll take you back to the docks. Elizabeth felt much better. Thomas puffed carefully to the docks. They arrived just in time. The fat controller was pleased to see Elizabeth safe with the pudding crates. We'll get those unloaded and get you back on the roads, he said. Now the children can have those Christmas puddings, said Thomas. I am very proud of you both, said the fat controller. Well done. Thank you for saving me, Thomas, said Elizabeth. I'm sorry I was rude. We are both really useful and reliable. Thank you, Elizabeth, said Thomas. We are really useful and reliable. And Thomas felt very happy they had a good friend in Elizabeth.